From his $48 million Miami mansion to hell on earth where chaos reigns. Just some of the words used to describe the Metropolitan Detention Center.
From private jets to prison cells, Diddy's world has completely flipped. The music mogul now calls Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center home, a facility described as overcrowded, understaffed, and neglected, where he's reportedly formed an unexpected bond with Sam Bankman-Fried. Court insiders were shocked by Diddy's dramatic physical transformation during recent hearings. His designer suits replaced by prison attire, his once powerful frame noticeably thinner, and his signature confidence dimmed by the reality of facing charges from over 120 alleged victims. From silk sheets to prison cots, Diddy's world has been turned upside down. The man who once woke up in his $40 million Holmby Hills mansion now starts his day at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn with lights flickering on at 6 a.m. sharp. No more hitting the snooze button for the music mogul. Prison schedules wait for no one, not even Sean Diddy Combs. Imagine going from a morning routine with personal chefs preparing your favorite breakfast smoothie to standing in line for a plastic tray filled with instant oatmeal, a stale pastry, and maybe some canned fruit if you're lucky. This jarring new reality is what Diddy faces every single day. The man who once had staff members anticipate his every need now has to follow strict commands from prison guards who couldn't care less about his celebrity status. The daily prison menu reads like a bad cafeteria nightmare. Lunch might feature a dried-out hamburger or fish tacos that barely resemble actual seafood. Dinner isn't much better. Chicken fajitas with soggy tortillas or pasta so overcooked it's practically mush. According to reports, Diddy's attorney Mark Agnafilo has admitted that the food has been the roughest part of his client's incarceration experience. Imagine going from Michelin star restaurants to meals that cost less than $3 per inmate to produce. There are small reprieves to this culinary torture. During Thanksgiving, inmates received a special meal of turkey and cranberry sauce, while Christmas brought chicken, stuffing, and pie. Brief moments of normalcy in an otherwise bleak existence. But these occasions only highlight how dramatically Diddy's life has changed. The lack of amenities is equally shocking. Former inmates have described the conditions as bare bones. No TVs, no radios, just a Bible and permission to check out one book per week from the prison library. For a man who once had a home theater with custom-designed leather seats, the entertainment options have shrunk to essentially nothing. The prison's recreation yard offers minimal distraction, with strictly regulated hours that depend on staffing and security concerns. Diddy's daily schedule is now controlled down to the minute. Mandatory counts happen 5 times daily, where inmates must stand by their beds to be tallied. Bathroom breaks, phone calls, and even shower time, all regulated by prison officials. The hip-hop mogul who once controlled billion-dollar empires now can't even control when the lights go off in his cell at 10 p.m. sharp. Personal hygiene has taken a dramatic hit too. Gone are the custom-tailored suits and designer clothes, replaced by a standard-issue orange jumpsuit. His famous grooming routine has been reduced to whatever basic toiletries he can purchase from the commissary: generic soap, shampoo, and deodorant. For someone who built an image around luxury and excess, this stripped-down existence represents a profound fall. The physical impact of this lifestyle shift has become increasingly visible. Eyewitnesses at recent court hearings have described Diddy as astonishingly thinner and noticeably grayer after just months behind bars. His normally perfectly maintained appearance has given way to a man who looks deeply affected by his circumstances. Court sketches show a gaunt face where a confident smile once dominated. The stress of confinement, poor nutrition, and the looming legal battle have etched themselves onto his very appearance. The prison's strict schedule allows for minimal physical activity, a stark contrast to Diddy's former lifestyle of personal trainers and home gyms. Limited exercise coupled with high-carb, low-quality food has accelerated his physical transformation in ways that have shocked observers who knew him in his prime. Beyond the physical deterioration lies an even more disturbing reality for Diddy: isolation in the prison's special housing unit, where his only companions are financial fraudsters, armed robbers, and alleged gangsters. And one of America's most infamous criminals is suddenly revealing their strange new relationship. The special housing unit, known simply as the SHU, is where Diddy now spends his days and nights. Unlike regular prison blocks with hundreds of inmates, this exclusive hellhole houses just 15 high-profile prisoners, completely cut off from the general population. It's here that Diddy has formed an unlikely prison friendship with the last person you'd expect: disgraced crypto billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried. In a shocking prison interview, Bankman-Fried pulled back the curtain on what life is really like inside the unit he bluntly describes as a soul-crushing place. The fallen FTX founder has become an unexpected window into Diddy's secretive prison existence, painting a picture of bizarre social dynamics that have formed in this small, isolated community of notorious inmates. Perhaps most surprising is Bankman-Fried's characterization of the music mogul. According to SBF, Diddy has been kind to other inmates, including himself, a startling revelation considering both men face accusations that have shocked the public. This unexpected show of decency behind bars raises questions about how Diddy is adapting to life among fellow high-profile prisoners. The strange social hierarchy inside the SAU has created some truly unexpected scenarios. Bankman-Fried revealed he spends time playing chess with former armed robbers who don't speak English, and sometimes loses to them. Imagine the scene. A Harvard-educated billionaire tech prodigy matching wits across a chessboard with violent offenders, while one of music's most powerful figures watches from nearby. This odd mix of characters creates a pressure cooker environment where white-collar criminals like Bankman-Fried share space with alleged ex-gangsters and others accused of violent crimes. Fellow SHU inmates include Luigi Mangione and the Alexander brothers, all facing serious criminal charges of their own. The isolation of the SHU creates its own psychological toll. With minimal contact with the outside world and strictly limited visitation, these 15 men exist in a bubble far removed from their former lives. For someone like Diddy, accustomed to controlling every aspect of his environment and surrounded by yes men, this forced equality with other inmates represents a profound psychological adjustment. The Metropolitan Detention Center's rigid rules apply equally to all inmates, regardless of their former status. In this environment, even the most basic comforts become precious. The prison's strict visitation policies mean Diddy rarely sees familiar faces, intensifying his isolation from the world he once ruled. This psychological pressure appears to be taking its toll. Reports emerged of a disturbing Christmas meltdown, where Diddy couldn't process the reality of spending the holidays behind bars. Witnesses described how he begged guards to take him to the prison hospital, convinced he was experiencing a breakdown from the stress of his confinement during what should have been a time of celebration. The contrast couldn't be more stark. From hosting lavish, star-studded holiday parties at his mansion to desperately pleading with prison guards on Christmas Day, it's a vivid illustration of how quickly fortunes can change when the legal system closes in. While Diddy's holiday meltdown behind bars paints a bleak picture, the federal charges stacking against him tell an even more disturbing story. Those luxurious Christmas parties he once hosted have been replaced by something far more sinister in the eyes of prosecutors: the infamous freak-offs that now form the backbone of a criminal case that could destroy what's left of his legacy. The feds didn't just wake up one morning and decide to target a hip-hop icon. Their investigation has uncovered allegations so extensive that over 120 victims have come forward with accusations spanning decades. This isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's potentially one of the largest criminal cases against an entertainment figure in recent history. The charges against Diddy read like a Hollywood thriller script gone wrong: sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. But unlike the movies, these allegations involve real victims who claim they were manipulated into participating in Diddy's drug-fueled sex parties. These freak-offs weren't just wild celebrity indulgences. Prosecutors describe them as coercive and abusive events where women were allegedly manipulated into performing sexual acts with male prostitutes while Diddy watched. Perhaps most disturbing are the claims about what happened after these encounters. Prosecutors allege Diddy recorded these sexual interactions without consent, creating a twisted insurance policy of sorts. These recordings allegedly served as collateral, damaging evidence that insured victims would remain silent about what they had experienced. It's a chilling form of control that prosecutors say kept this behavior hidden for years. Even from his cell in Brooklyn's detention center, authorities claim Diddy hasn't stopped trying to influence the case against him. Prosecutors have accused him of attempting to contact potential witnesses through other inmates' phone accounts, a serious violation of prison rules that suggests desperation as his trial approaches. They also allege he's orchestrated social media posts through family members, trying to sway public opinion while he sits in isolation. His wealth and connections, once the foundation of his power, have become obstacles to his freedom. 3 separate bail requests have been denied, with judges consistently viewing him as a flight risk despite his attorney's arguments. When you've built an empire worth hundreds of millions, international connections in dozens of countries, and access to private transportation, judges tend to worry you might not stick around for trial day. If convicted on all charges, the future looks grim for the man who once defined hip-hop success. Legal experts suggest he could face decades behind bars, potentially spending the remainder of his life in federal prison. His May 2025 trial date means he'll have spent over a year in pretrial detention before even getting his day in court. And if prosecutors have their way, those prison conditions he's struggling with now could become his permanent reality. The evidence collection continues to grow, with investigators reportedly gathering material from multiple residences and interviewing dozens of potential witnesses. What began with raids on his luxury properties has expanded into one of the most complex federal cases against an entertainment figure in years, with prosecutors building a case they believe will withstand the scrutiny of a high-profile trial. The empire Diddy built over decades, once valued at a staggering $1 billion, has crumbled in spectacular fashion. His fall from grace ranks among the most dramatic collapses in entertainment history, as the music and fashion mogul traded mansions for a prison cell. Gone are the business meetings, album launches, and red carpet events. Instead, his days are measured by meals and occasional chess matches in a facility that strips away all pretense of celebrity. Diddy's trajectory mirrors other high-profile falls like R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell, powerful figures who discovered their influence couldn't protect them from accountability. As his May 2025 trial looms, the mogul's billion-dollar portfolio offers cold comfort within Brooklyn's detention center, proof that even the most carefully constructed empires can dissolve overnight when built on shaky foundations. For Diddy, the countdown to his legal reckoning has only just begun.